Hey guys, welcome to English World. I have got a grammar lesson for you, and today's lesson we are going to look at conditional sentences. Conditional sentences, also called if clauses. Now, why do we use conditionals? We use conditional sentences to explain what actually happens, what could happen, that means a possible and likely outcome or result in the future, what we wish would happen, imagining a different outcome or result for a present situation, what might have happened, thinking about a different outcome or result that happened in the past. There are 4 types of conditional sentences. If we heat ice, it melts. If we win the World Cup, the country will go crazy. If we won the World Cup, the country would go crazy. If we had won the World Cup, the country would have gone crazy. You might have noted there are 2 parts to each sentence. They all use 2 clauses separated by a comma. And they all use the conjunction if. We use conjunctions to connect 2 ideas together. Here, conditional sentences also use if to join 2 ideas together. If we win the World Cup, the country will go crazy. The sentence is separated by a comma. In all conditional sentences, we have an if clause, that is the first part of the sentence, and a result clause, also called the main clause or the consequent clause, as a second part of the sentence. If clause is the event or the situation that must happen in order for the other things to happen. That means the result can only happen if the if clause occurs. That is why it's called a conditional sentence. Conditional sentences are statements or hypothetical situations and their consequences. Hypothetical is imagined or not necessarily true. An example, if I get sick, I go to the doctor. Please check the underlined verbs. If I get sick, I will go to the doctor. If I got sick, I would go to the doctor. If I had been sick, I would have gone to the doctor. They are all actually situations, but they are not the same. Pay attention to the verb tense while using conditional sentences. It's all in the verb. We use each type of sentence in a different situation. Use a comma after the if clause when the if clause precedes the main clause. Now, as I told you, there are 4 types of conditional sentences. Here we have examples. The first one is a zero conditional sentence. The second is a first conditional sentence. The third is a second conditional sentence. And the last one is a third conditional sentence. The main difference in these conditional sentences lies in the verb. And it's very important to use the correct structure of these different conditional sentences because they vary in meaning. Let's get started with the zero conditional sentences. Zero conditional sentences express general truth. We use zero conditional sentences to talk about habits, facts, and truth. Here, we are not talking about any possibility. Rather, it's the fact. Now look at an example. If I get sick, I go to the doctor. Now let's look at the structure of the zero conditional sentence. We have present simple in the if clause and the present simple in the main result clause as well. Here, in the if clause, the verb get is in simple present. That is the base form of the verb. Get, got, got. And in the result clause, go is in simple present. That is again the base form. Go, went, gone. So you have to keep in mind We always use simple present in zero conditional sentences in both the clauses. The correct structure is important. We have few more examples. If you heat ice, it melts. Heat and melt. Simple present. If it rains, the grass gets wet. Rain and get. If you touch a fire, you get burnt. So touch and get. So in all the three sentences, we have used simple present. Secondly, notice that the words if and when can be used interchangeably in these zero conditional sentences. If you heat ice, it melts. When you heat ice, it melts. This is because the outcome will always be the same. So it doesn't matter if or when. If you touch a fire, you get burnt. When you touch a fire, you get burnt. But please make a note, we use when only in zero conditional sentences, not in any other conditionals. Coming to first conditionals. First conditional sentences are used to express situations in which the outcome is likely to happen in future but not guaranteed. If I get sick, I'll go to the doctor. Let's see how to structure it correctly. In the if clause, present simple is used, that is get, the base form. And in the result clause, main clause will, future plus verb infinitive go is used, the base form of the verb is used. If I get sick, I will go to the doctor. So it's possible that in the future I'll get sick, and if that occurs, I'll probably go to the doctor. If I get sick in the future and if that happens, I'll probably go to the doctor. But am I sick now? No. It's about the future we are talking about. So remember to structure the first conditional correctly. Few more examples. If it rains, I'll stay at home. Pay attention to the structure. If we win the World Cup, the country will go crazy. If I wake up late, I'll miss the bus. Coming to second conditionals. Second conditionals are useful for expressing outcomes that are completely unrealistic or will not likely happen. We use it when we want to imagine that the present situation is different. For example, if I got sick, I would go to the doctor. Correct way to structure second conditionals: if plus past simple in the if clause. Got, that is the second form of the verb. And would plus verb infinitive. Would modal auxiliary plus the base form of the verb in the result clause. We use would to show that we are imagining the result. We use it when we want to imagine that the present situation is different. Now this is hypothetical situation. It's not real. I am imagining that the situation is different for some reason. Am I sick? No. I am imagining that the present situation is different. Now let's look at few more examples. If we won the World Cup, the country would go crazy. One, simple past, would plus go. She would travel all over the world if she were rich. We can write this type of sentence in all the conditionals. If she were rich, she would travel all over the world, but there's no comma. If I had his number, I would call him. But do I have his number? No. So imagining that the present situation is different. Coming to the third conditional sentences, we use third conditionals to explain that the present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past. For example, if I had been sick, I would have gone to the doctor. The if clause did not really happen, but I am imagining the result if the past was different. Now let's structure it. In the if clause, if plus past perfect. And in the result clause, would have plus past participle. That is third form of the verb. We have few more examples. If you had studied, you would have passed the exam. But really you know you didn't study and so you didn't pass. So you are imagining the result if the past was different. If we had won the World Cup, the country would have gone crazy. She would have become a teacher if she had gone to the university. These are some special cases. I thought I would tell you this too. How to use imperatives and requests in conditional 1 sentences. Example, if you see John, please give him this book. See, the structure remains the same, simple present. If you aren't busy, may I see you for a minute? Again, simple present. Now another special case, use of may, might, could in the main clause. Now these can be used to reduce the certainty of the action in the clause. In conditional 2, if they were late again, I would not let them in. This is a normal example. It is sure that I will not let them in. Now, as in special case, might is used. If they were late again, I might not let them in. It is possible that I will not let them in. So, might has reduced the certainty of the action. So, there's a possibility that I might let them in. A use of may, might, could in the main clause in conditional 3. If I had had some time last week, I would have tidied up my office. It is sure that I would have tidied up if I had had some time last week. Now, as in special case, if I had had some time last week, I might, could have tidied up my office. So, it is possible that I would have tidied it up. So, might has reduced the certainty of the action. So, it is possible that I would have tidied it up. It is not sure that I would have tidied it up. I hope you could follow the lesson. For watching more videos on grammar, please visit the link in the description box. Meet you very soon with new videos. And those who have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching.